Well, hi guys. It's Saturday, still Saturday. Uh, got me a little bit of a nap, and now Cole and I are out walking around the park. Actually, we took a nap inside the trailer. I wanted to see how hot it would get in there. It got pretty warm, but it was still comfortable for me with the fans. But I don't know how Cole was panting a little bit and whatever. So I'm like, you know what, maybe getting too hot in here for you. So I went on ahead and took him out. And I figured we'd go for a walk. But I do have an air conditioning unit that I'm gonna install in there. So that's gonna be about the last project I do because air conditioning unit is kind of heavy. It's one of the old school kind that hangs out of the window. I'm gonna cut a hole in the side and put it in there and make it where it's removable so that I can drive down the road without it being hanging out the window. And that'll be that, because can't be hot in there. The heat will kill you. So got to be able to cool off. Only problem with that is the Ego system is not enough power to run that air conditioner. Even with the solar hooked up to it, I don't think it'll cut it. But I'll be able to use a generator, no problem. Generator will run the air conditioner with no problem. So that's probably the route we'll take. But anyway, after I took my nap, I got a phone call from Lynn. She's visiting her parents for this week, so that's why I got the house to myself. But she's visiting her parents, and she called me just to check up on me, see how everything was going, make sure I'm okay and everything. And so she told me that the mall is closing. The mall, Lakeside Mall, the mall near my house, is closing. And that was sad because, you know, that was her first job she got when we moved out here. We got the house out here about 30 years ago, maybe a little bit longer than 30 years. And that was her first job she got out here, whether she was still living at home with her parents when she got that job there, so that she could be close to where I live. Because I moved in first, then she moved in after I did. About a few months after I came out there. I guess she wanted to make sure that I was able to really have that house. I didn't lose it or nothing before she moved out, moved in, permanently. But she got a job at that mall at J.C. Penney's, and she did the charge apps and whatever. She made pretty good money doing that, just standing there letting people fill out charge apps and everything. But she liked that job too, and it was so close to the house to where she could walk home from the job. So she would walk home pretty much every day when she would go to work there. And because she couldn't drive at the time, she did not know how to drive. I taught her how to drive, and she took driving lessons, and she finally got her driver's license because I had a car just sitting there waiting for her to drive. I had a Pontiac J2000, and I kept that car when I bought my truck. My truck I bought was a Toyota 4Runner. So I had a Toyota 4Runner and I had a Pontiac J2000, and I kept the car because it still was in good running condition, and but I needed a truck, so I got the truck, and the car just sat in the driveway for almost 2 years before she learned how to drive it. She finally learned how to drive it, and she was able to drive around and do her thing. She still to this day doesn't drive on the freeway. She's afraid of freeways, but that's fine because pretty much everything around where we live is close to the house or wherever, or was close to the house, so she didn't have any problem getting around. But now the place is closed. She worked at JCPenney there. JCPenney closed up, but she had found another job before then, and just a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago, we both worked there together with a temp service, at the Macy's store. We loved that job. I know I did. Just hanging clothes, clothes fall on the floor, pick them up and hang them back up again. Organize the racks and the shelves and everything. The jeans, worked in the men's department, folding jeans and putting them back on the shelves or whatever, because people make a mess, when they come in there and shop. So, but I like that job though. I like organizing things, So it was a good job. I enjoyed it. But we went to the movies there a few times too. That was a movie destination for us. We saw a lot of movies there. I can't remember any of them right now, but we did see a lot of movies at that mall. And I'm gonna miss it. I never took advantage of it as much as I could have, because it was really close to the house. There's no excuse. But you take things for granted. But now it's gone. We used to have a water park really close to the house that we found out had closed and whatever. That was years ago. But it was a nice water park and whatever, but we didn't go there maybe a handful of times. And we just missed out on that. You gotta enjoy life, guys. You gotta enjoy life. That mall is gone. And we got good memories there. I'm gonna miss it. And I got some drone shots of it. I probably won't be able to incorporate it in this video. Then again, I might at the end. We'll see. But I'm gonna miss that mall. I really am gonna miss it. But anyway, Cole and I are doing our walk through the park. It's nice outside. Forgot my mosquito thing, but they're not bad. And there's quite a few people out here though. They got some kind of game going on over there. I don't know if I can get a shot of it. When I get to a clearing, I'll show you. They got looks like a soccer game. Looks like a bunch of little girls. So they're having their little fun, doing their thing. And so everybody's watching the game, so nobody's paying attention to Cole and me over here in the woods, circling around. Cole's pretty content. He ain't running too far ahead of me. He's pretty much staying with me. But we don't hang around people that much. I'm aware that dogs are social animals when it comes to other dogs and people in general. But I'm not very social at all. I'll take people in spurts and whatever. I don't mess with other dogs at all, pretty much. So I worry about his well-being because he doesn't get to interact with other people besides my family or other dogs at all, which is probably a good thing because other dogs have diseases and stuff and whatever. You never know what's going to happen when they make an encounter. It doesn't take but a second for your dog to lose an eye, because they snap at each other, for whatever reason. There's no way of knowing, so it's best to keep them apart, whatever. But I've toyed around with the idea of getting another dog so Cole can have a little companion to hang with and run around with. But that's not gonna fly. I was happy that Lynn was able to tolerate Cole because I didn't give her any warning. I just brought him home with me from coming from Florida. So she doesn't like dogs, but she's grown to warm up to Cole pretty good now though. But she never had a pet before, not a dog person. To this day, she doesn't play with him or anything. She'll feed him, but she doesn't interact with him at all. She's gotten comfortable with him in the back seat now. It was a long time going. There's a squirrel that he just missed. There he goes, up the tree. He gone. That's one you won't get, Cole. Oh, he's right over my head. He gone, Cole. But, oh yeah, the mosquitoes are bad. They're landing on me too. So, this is gonna be a short trip. Get through here. So I don't wanna get ate up by mosquitoes. Another squirrel way down there. goes on him. Yeah. So, beautiful day. It's nice and cool down here in these woods. Sun is pretty bright out there. I got all my fans going. I'm getting free power. Everything in the trailer is being powered by the solar on the roof of the trailer and or the cord that I got coming from the house, which is not plugged into the house power. It's actually plugged into the inverter. I got a 1,000-watt inverter in my closet in the house, which is being fed by 4 marine batteries. No, I got 5 marine batteries. 5 marine batteries that I keep in the closet that are all hooked up together, and they're still at 12 volts or whatever, but there's 4 of them, 5 of them, and they are hooked up to, I think, 8 solar panels, but they're only 25-watt solar panels I got on the roof of the house, which is about 400 watts coming in from the roof, and I got another 75 watts or so coming from the shed. I got a couple of solar panels on the shed, so they're all feeding the 5 batteries that I got in my closet, and I got an inverter, and that's plugged into that. So everything that's going on in the trailer right now is powered by the sun, everything. So I haven't tried the air conditioner on those batteries yet, but probably wouldn't run but about a couple of hours. You know, you got to be careful with solar, guys. You need a shitload of solar, and you need a shitload of battery capacity to make it work, you know, which is way expensive at the time. You know, it'll get better and cheaper as time goes, but it's all good. If you get hold of one of those darn batteries that come out of one of those electric cars, you know, they'd be heavy, but you would have one. Probably be best to get an electric car and then charge it with solar, and then you'd be straight. That's the future probably, but I don't know. They're so expensive, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, I'm enjoying my time off. I thought I'd be working steady by now, but it's not happening. But it's okay, because there was a bug on me. I had to blow it off. I did get a couple of days last week, and I'm going to go to the other temp service and see how they'll take care of me. You know, I made those people a lot of money working those 10 months at that place, and I'm sure they got other jobs, and I'm afraid though that I'm going to be back in the same situation again where I'm working 10 hours again. I really don't want that, but I have to say it's preferable to being broke. So if I have to deal with it for a few months, you know, I'll have to deal with it for a few months. You know, I'd like to get enough money saved up so that I can go to Florida for the winter. If I got to work 10 hours to do it, then so be it. And I hate to say it, but if I got to work midnights to do it, then I'll probably do that too. I don't want to do it. If worse comes to worse and there's no other alternative, then I got to do what I got to do. But I definitely don't want to do that. But we'll see what happens. So anyway, ooh, it's nice and cool down here. I don't know why this is wet. I don't remember it raining. We got water right here. I do not remember it raining. Well, maybe it did down here. We're about a mile and a half from the house. This park here, this is one of the closest ones to the house. This is the second closest park to the house here. The first closest one is the one that's right in the park, you know, right next to it. That's the closest one. And then there's this one. And of course there's one, you know, right in the park, right next to, right around the door, front door to my house, around the lake. That's the closest one. That's number one. The next one is the park that's right next to the park that I live in, and that's number 2. That's a real park there. They got swings and everything. And then there's this one, which is about 1.5 miles from the house. And there's the other one that's about, I'd say, 2 miles from the house. And then there's the other one. Let's see, where is that at? Oh yeah, that's the Yates Park. That's about 3 miles, maybe 4 miles from the house. And so there's no excuse not to get out and enjoy nature. He's over here, Cole. He's on this side of the tree. You didn't see him. He's over here. Squirrel's got a knack of going around to the opposite side of the tree than what you're on. If I was hunting them, that would be a good thing to have Cole with me, because Cole could scare him around to the side where I'm at, and I can nail him with a blowgun, which is my next purchase or whatever when it comes to my armory. No more guns. No more guns. Maybe if I'm gonna get anything when it comes to guns, it'll probably be another or more ammo. If you're into guns, guys, there's no sense in having more guns than you've got ammo, and which is most people's situation. You know, I mean, if you're just gonna be a collector, that's fine. Whatever floats your boat. But a regular person, you know, you don't need 10 damn guns. I think I've got 5. I've got let's see, 3 handguns, and I got 2 shotguns. I got 1 AR-15 that I can convert into a because I have an extra barrel for it that fits. I can convert it into a 350 Bushmaster. So that makes it where I've got, let's see, 3 handguns, 2 shotguns. That makes it where I've got 6 guns, and that's more than enough. I'm gonna do a video about my guns. I've done videos about them before, but it's long overdue. It's about time to do another one. I got a lot of new subscribers that probably want to know what my arsenal consists of, or if I'm a gun person or not. If you're a prepper, I don't see how you could not be. But there are people that aren't gun people that are preppers, and you know what I call them? I call them victims. People that are gonna succumb to the craziness if shit ever hits the fan. The crazy people are gonna be looking for people like that, because they're gonna have guns, you know. And but they're not gonna know how to. They're just gonna go out and act the fool and just shoot up everything as soon as it starts. Shoot up each other, having wars and battles and everything. And they're gonna wipe each other out, clearing the way for the rest of us, you know. Because shit hits the fan, I have no intention of being involved in the goofiness. I'm just gonna hunker down, stay in my house. If I don't have to bug out, if I have to bug out, I'm gonna find a quiet spot, whatever, and hunker down there and stay quiet with my supplies and let the storm blow over. Let the crazy people kill each other off, and then come out of the ashes, you know, and try and survive at that time. Only thing about it is, the only thing that's gonna be left over after the ashes clear are the really bad people that were able to kill off all the other people. And there'll be very few good people are left, because they'll be run over by the bad people. I don't care what nobody says. You know, they always say things are messed up by, you know, when you're in school and everywhere you go, you hear the saying that, well, things got messed up by the few. You know, most people are good, whatever, but the few bad people that screwed it up for everybody else. No, that's bullshit. Most people aren't shit. Most people are fucking assholes. Most people are bad. Most people are evil. You know, there's only a few good people out there. There aren't many good people out there, guys. Don't fool yourself. You know, you're up against evil society, evil people that are just waiting for things to fall apart so that they can show their true colors. They're just hiding it, and they're just, you know, being low key now. But when shit hits the fan, you know, these bastards aren't prepared for anything. They're just leeches. They're just looking for who they can take advantage of and who they can take from and who they can, you know, manipulate and scheme on. You know, most people are like that. Make no mistake. You know, they may be acting a certain way, like they're good and whatever and everything. But people can act, you know, people are good at acting and making it seem like something that they're not. But it's really rough out there. You got to keep your guard up at all times, because there are really bad people out there, you know. And for those of you that say more people are good than are bad, that's because you're around good people. You know, being in the situation that I'm in, on the lower rungs of society, I'm like lower middle class, really low middle class. You know, almost at not at poverty, but low, very low middle class, almost at poverty level. And so I come in contact with the poverty level people and the dregs of society and the losers, you know. And so I see most of the bad people. Whatever, that's usually my reality, you know. So I try to avoid them as much as possible. And so I paint the whole of humanity with the same brush, you know. I assume everybody is like that, or whatever, which is not the right thing to do. But if you want to survive, you have to be like that, because you never know what you're dealing with. You know, there are sociopaths sprinkled about throughout all of society, and some of them are better than others at being sociopaths, and you would never know it. So you got to watch your back. But anyway, I'm not trying to get into a sociopath video. We're just going for a nice, peaceful walk. And I start talking about those kind of people, this could very easily turn into a rant, which I don't want it to do, because it's a nice, peaceful day. I want to have peace and quiet and enjoy myself. Think about next week, because I'm back on the grind, finding work or whatever. So, but anyway, there you go. That's somebody with a dog. So you can see they're over there playing basketball on the basketball court. So hopefully Cole behaves himself. Here, Cole. Good boy. I'll make sure I control him so he don't eat up this little dog. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.